Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to space for deep dives into South African politics, power shifts, and the stories the mainstream might overlook. Today, we are unpacking a development that might seem small on the surface but could signal a much larger shift in the country's political tides. We're talking about the son of Labour and Employment Minister Thulas Nexisai, Langelo Nexisai, and his very public distancing from the African National Congress, the party his father has long been loyal to. Now, at first glance, this might look like a simple family disagreement or a personal decision made in the heat of an online argument. But when you dig a little deeper, you'll realize that Langelo's recent actions reflect a generational and ideological split that's growing within the ANC and perhaps even within the broader political fabric of South Africa. Let's begin with a bit of background. Langelo Nexisai is not your typical quiet political offspring. Known for his presence on social media, particularly on X, formerly Twitter, Langelo has never shied away from voicing his opinions. But recently, things took a turn when he engaged in a heated back and forth on the platform. It started when someone tweeted a sharp critique of the ANC, pointing fingers at the party's failures and lack of delivery. Langelo responded, presumably in defense of either his father or the party, but the response backfired. Within hours, users on X began digging into his business, particularly a company called LLZ Consulting. Claims began to surface that Langelo was benefiting from nepotism, using his proximity to political power for personal gain. Whether or not these claims are true, the online backlash was fierce, and before long, Langelo deleted his Twitter account altogether. Now, this might sound like a standard social media drama, but it's much more than that. It's symbolic. Because soon after, reports began circulating that Langelo was no longer aligning himself with the ANC, choosing instead to publicly distance himself from the party. That's a bold move, especially for someone whose father is a sitting cabinet minister. Let's talk about why this is significant. Thulas Nexisai is not a fringe figure. He's a central member of President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet and has deep roots in trade unionism and ANC structures. His political history goes back decades, from his time in SADTU to his various leadership roles in the tripartite alliance. So, for his son to make a move like this, particularly at such a politically sensitive time, is not just a personal act of rebellion. It sends a message. And that message is resonating with many young South Africans who feel that the ANC no longer speaks for them. We're talking about a generation that has grown up in the post-apartheid era, a generation promised jobs, opportunities, and transformation. But instead, they've been met with load shedding, corruption scandals, and an economy that seems permanently stuck in crisis mode. Langelo's distancing from the ANC isn't happening in a vacuum. We're seeing a wave of prominent children of struggle stalwarts and senior ANC leaders either going quiet or openly criticizing the party. And in some cases, like Duduzane Zuma, son of former President Jacob Zuma, they're even forming their own political parties, hoping to carve out a new direction. Duduzane's All Game Changers party, for example, is positioning itself as an alternative for disillusioned youth. While many see it as a vanity project or a distraction, others argue that his party represents a deeper yearning for fresh leadership that doesn't carry the baggage of the past 3 decades. In this context, Langelo Nexisai's move makes even more sense. It's not just about a tweet or an online argument, it's about a deeper political reawakening. A quiet rebellion within ANC families. A generational rupture. But this isn't just about elite politics. It's about ordinary people too. In townships, rural areas, and even urban centers, young people are growing increasingly frustrated. They look at politicians who live in mansions and drive luxury vehicles while basic services like water, electricity, and healthcare remain broken. They see empty promises recycled every election cycle. And more importantly, they feel like they've been lied to. So when someone like Langelo, who could have easily kept quiet, benefited from family connections, and stayed in the shadows, decides to step away, it resonates. It sends a signal that even those within the ANC's inner circles are starting to question the direction the party is heading. And let's not forget the timing. We are heading into one of the most hotly contested elections since 1994. The ANC is under pressure like never before. Polls suggest it could fall below 50% nationally, opening the door to coalitions that could reshape governance completely. In provinces like KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, the party is already losing its grip. The emergence of parties like the MK Party, the Patriotic Alliance, and now all game changers are all signs of fragmentation and realignment. Langelo's quiet exit may not make headline news in every newspaper, but among political analysts, it's been noted as yet another crack in the once solid foundation of the ANC. And it begs the question, how many more Langelos are out there? How many sons and daughters of ANC veterans are quietly turning away, refusing to campaign, vote, or defend the party their parents once helped build? And what does that mean for the future of the ANC? It also raises questions about Thula's Nexusai himself. Will his son's actions affect his political standing? Will he be seen as out of step with the new generation? Or will he be pressured to clarify where his own loyalties lie in the face of this quiet political rebellion? These are not easy questions, but they're necessary ones, especially in a democracy as young and vibrant as ours. So, as we look ahead to the elections, keep an eye on these small, symbolic moves. Because in politics, small cracks often signal major shifts. And Langelo Nexusai's quiet departure from the ANC might just be one of those moments we look back on and say, that was a turning point. What do you think this means for the ANC's future? Are we witnessing a broader generational shift, or is this just another case of elite politics playing out on social media? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think more children of ANC leaders will follow Langelo's path? And do you believe alternative parties like All Game Changers have a real shot, or are they just political experiments? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more deep political commentary, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and see you next time.